Right now, live at 5.
Ukrainians are not backing down despite Russian forces putting pressure on several key cities. I'm Skyler Henry at the White House as President Biden prepares to take a European trip to meet with allies over the ongoing conflict.
Plus,
a Wisconsin man is headed to Poland this week to help refugees from Ukraine. His story tonight at 5.
And later, a piece of history is sinking into Duluth's harbor. A look back at this tugboat's role in World War II and what's causing her to slip into Lake Superior.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Briggs LaSavage. President Biden spoke with European leaders today before his trip overseas later this week to deal with the crisis in Ukraine.
Russia's deadly invasion and now in its fourth week and showing no signs of letting up. Skyler Henry has the latest from the White House.
Surveillance video shows Russian troops opening fire on protesters in the occupied Ukrainian city of Kherson. Russian missiles are also pounding targets in Kyiv. At least 8 people were killed in an attack Monday on a shopping mall. Russia claims the shopping center was being used to store weapons, but the U.S. lays the blame squarely at Russia's feet.
Each day brings more harrowing attacks, more innocent men, women, and children killed.
In the hard-hit port city of Mariupol, leaders have rejected Russia's offer to allow civilians to leave in exchange for surrender. A senior U.S. defense official tells CBS News the southern city is becoming increasingly isolated, but overall, the Russian invasion remains largely stalled.
Russia is intensifying their bombardment and long-range fires on cities and population centers throughout the country.
President Biden spoke with European leaders by phone for nearly an hour ahead of his trip later this week to Belgium to discuss the ongoing crisis.
They underscored their continued support for Ukraine, including by providing security assistance to the brave Ukrainians who are defending their country from Russian aggression, and humanitarian assistance to the millions of Ukrainians who have fled the violence.
Russia said Monday that President Biden's recent comments have pushed relations between the two countries to the brink of collapse. Last week, President Biden called Russian President Vladimir Putin a war criminal. The United Nations says the war has forced 10 million people from their homes, including at least 3.5 who've left Ukraine completely. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
According to the UN, more than 900 civilians have been killed in the fighting, including 75 children. And as Russia advances further into Ukraine, some people in our area are looking to help out any way they can.
CBS 3's Rob Coles spoke to an Iron County, Wisconsin man who's traveling to Poland this week, hoping to help save lives.
Well, Kristen and Briggs, Shane Wislick lives in Saxon, Wisconsin. Normally during this time of year, he takes a vacation to Florida for a week, but this year he's headed to Poland. Wislick says watching the Russian invasion of Ukraine on TV compelled him to find a way to help. So he looked online and found a small organization on Facebook called Pomog dla Ukraini. So he got in touch with them and will soon be flying to Warsaw to help deliver food, water, and even helmets and body armor to people across the border in Ukraine. And once they deliver the supplies within Ukraine, the trucks that carried those goods then serve another purpose.
Based on the amount of Ukrainians that we can accommodate in each vehicle, there's 4 vehicles that we'll be using. You know, we'll be transporting families and pets back into Poland.
Wislick says once the vehicles and passengers are back in Poland, they find shelters where the refugees can stay. Now, according to Wislick, the group he's working with has driven over 25,000 kilometers going back and forth into Ukraine since the crisis began. So far, they've brought about 400 people across the border into Poland. And Wislick says he's using his vacation days from his day job at a Social Security office to go on this volunteer trip. He says once he comes back from Poland, he's going to do some fundraising so he can send money to the group that he'll be working with even after he's back home.
Truly an amazing effort. Thanks, Rob. And coming up at 6, we'll hear from some Duluthians about why they're willing to open their homes to refugees.
Dave joins us now for a first look at the weather. Dave, we are coming off of a beautiful weekend, but heading into a sloppy couple of days.
Yeah, the warm spell of last week is gone. It's going to cool down, cloud up, and we have nearly 100% chance for a rain-snow mix over the next couple of days. So let's take a live look towards the west. Jacobson and Highway 65. You know, not everybody got a cloudier sky like we did in Duluth today. Out to the west and up to the north, there's been some few peaks of blue out there, and we can see that, well, the blue is starting to fade away towards gray, even over towards Jacobson. So that's a sign of things to come. Things coming from a pair of low-pressure systems that are ganging up on the region. An Alberta clipper to the north is connected front-wise to a Colorado low coming up from the southwest, and that's why we have a 70 to 100% chance for a rain-snow mix beginning later tonight and lasting through perhaps early in the afternoon on Wednesday. That is triggering, as you can see, there's some winter weather alerts for Minnesota. The tip of the arrowhead has a winter storm warning, and the head of the lakes in through inland Minnesota is looking at a winter weather advisory. Right now, east central Minnesota, Wisconsin, and the Upper Peninsula off the hook. It may be more just rain there than a freezing rain and snow mix like folks of us in the arrowhead are going to be getting. So tonight, 90% chance of rain comes around. 35 degrees tomorrow for a high tip and 100% chance for a rain-snow mix region-wide. It'll be windy to boot. Easterly winds 15 to 25 miles per hour. Wind, clouds, rain, snow. Come Thursday, will things get better? I think so in a way, but not always. So we'll show you those ways in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. A flurry of political announcements today. We start things off in the state Senate, where Babbitt's mayor is running for a seat. Andrea Zupancic, a Republican, made that announcement today. Zupancic has been the mayor of Babbitt since 2014. She was also one of the 7 mayors who endorsed former President Trump during the 2020 presidential election. The newly formed Senate District 3 she's running for includes all of Cook, Couchiching, and Lake counties and parts of Cass, Itasca, and St. Louis counties. Keith Steva announced his campaign last week but dropped out of the race today. He said another strong candidate came forward. State Senator Tom Bach currently holds that seat but will be retiring at the end of his term.
Also in the state Senate, a Moose Lake man is running to represent Pine, Carlton, and some of St. Louis County. John Pera is seeking the DFL endorsement in the District 11 race. He most recently served on the Minnesota Board of Firefighter Training and Education. Pera believes his experience as a substitute teacher and public safety and mental health practitioner will help if elected. Republican State Senator Jason Rarick currently holds this seat. No word yet if he plans to run again.
And in the House, Ely's mayor threw his hat in the ring today. Roger Scraba is running for the District 3A seat as a Republican. In a statement today, the Ely native and U.S. Army veteran said it's time a conservative voice from northeastern Minnesota is heard at the state capitol. If elected, Scraba wants to help our region's diverse economies grow, including mining and timber production. Scraba is also the chairman of the St. Louis County Planning Commission. Rob Eklund, a DFLer, currently holds this seat. He also plans to run again. Meanwhile, Blaine Johnson, a Republican, also recently announced his campaign for the seat.
Still to come on Live at 5, always an eye to the sky. How Wisconsinites can train to be a weather watcher, coming up in City by City.
You're watching CBS 3 Live at 5 with Kristen Vaki, Briggs LaSavage, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson. On Live, Local, CBS 3. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Update your garage with a new shop light or pick up work lights to keep any area well lit. Hurry into Menards today and save big with 11% off all lights from Smart Electrician. Make sure your lawnmower and ATV are ready to go for the year with a new battery from FVP. They're built to get you started, even in extreme temperatures. Right now, you'll get 11% off all batteries from FVP.
Save big money at Menards.
I protect this house every time I step on the ice. J3 Insurance protects my house, my family, and everything important to me 24/7. Visit or call J3 Insurance today and protect what matters to you.
winter, where cold meets play. Adventure authentically with Frost River.
A Ford built for you, by you. Get yours, built from the ground up with your choice of colors, wheels, and other available features specifically designed for your Ford. Want a head-up display and escape, 7 GOAT modes in Bronco Sport, or best in its class gas torque and Ranger? You got it. And now an additional $1,500 bonus cash on top of all public offers. See your dealer for a Ford built for you, by you. Your Northland Ford dealers thank you for making Ford the best-selling brand in the Twin Cities region.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
Our exclusive access to the presidential platform. We will witness yet another moment in history.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell from Washington, D.C.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from the Minnesota DNR's Eagle camera. Earlier today, watchers saw a pip or crack form in the egg, meaning the hatch is only a day or so away. And we are anxiously awaiting. We love this live look. It's very impressive seeing an eagle up close like that. Well, Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, Briggs has a look around the region.
Yeah, I still can't believe how lucky we are to capture that eagle every time. A food drive for the Moose Lake Food Shelf and a Two Harbors business is raising money to help refugees in Ukraine. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start things off in Washburn County, where they're looking for severe weather watchers. The Washburn County Emergency Management Office is once again partnering with the National Weather Service to host Skywarn Storm Spotter trainings. The class is free, and they encourage emergency responders, public utility employees, and any interested residents to attend. Training will take place April 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Spooner Fire Building. And next we head to Moose Lake, where the Food Shelf will be hosting an annual event tomorrow. Silly's on the Sidewalk food drive will run from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. outside KJ's Fresh Market. Food and monetary donations are welcome, and those who donate will be entered to win prizes for businesses in Moose Lake and Cloquet. There will also be a grand prize of a one-night stay at the Mall of America. And we wrap up in Two Harbors tonight, where a local business is raising money to support those in Ukraine. Tomorrow from 4 to 8, the Culvers in Two Harbors will be donating 10% of their sales to help refugees. They will also have buckets on the counter throughout the day for anyone who wishes to make a direct donation. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city.
Still to come on Live at 5, tonight is the last night to hear about Hayward School's referendum before the spring vote. What the school is hoping to improve in just a few minutes.
After last week's big warm spell, today technically we were warmer than normal. 41 is the high, 38 is the normal, but a pair of low pressure systems going to be putting up cloud cover, dropping down temperatures, and dropping a rain-snow mix on us as well, perhaps through Wednesday afternoon. We'll talk about how much could stick coming up after our break.
Stay connected to live local CBS 3. Check out our exclusive content on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as our mobile app, and join the conversation on today's big stories.
I'm Carrie Harris, owner of Diabetic and Comfort Shoes. We have been in business in the Northland, helping you with your everyday foot problems stemming from diabetes to plantar fasciitis for the past 17 years. Stop in and see the complete line of men's and women's shoes, from SAS to Allegria to Vionic, for those millions of people battling plantar fasciitis. And we still have a great selection of comfortable shoes for diabetics, Medicare and Minnesota healthcare approved. Remember, no foot problem is too big or too small. We'll find the way to your soul.
At the DTA, we're making your bus ride even safer. You can now buy your ticket anytime, anywhere, using the new MyDTA app for mobile fare payment and trip planning. Contactless, safe, convenient.
With Bath Planet, you get industry-leading products to modernize your bathroom with personalized options to fit your needs. Bath Planet has custom-built showers, baths, and maintenance-free wall surrounds with over 100 different colors and styles. Our certified installers can be done in as little as a day using products backed by the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a matching labor warranty. Right now, you can receive 10% off your entire project and 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Bath Planet, out-of-this-world service, down-to-earth price.
Link RV is proud to provide our customers with the largest RV service facility in northern Wisconsin. With an enormous parts and accessories department and technicians with over 100 years of combined RV service experience, we'll keep you camping all season long. Link RV, where reputation is everything. When it comes to sports, there's one guy who's dunking on the competition. For all your local sports, Duncan Goldberg, evenings on Live Local CBS 3.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Two low-pressure systems are coming our way to create close to a 100% chance for a wintry style of precipitation. That seems to be the conundrum of spring storms. We call them spring storms, yet they bring winter-style weather. A pair of winter-style warnings for Minnesota coming from those lows. Winter storm warning for the tip of the Arrowhead, including northern St. Louis, Lake County, and into Cook County as well. From Carleton County through southern St. Louis County and then over towards places like Koochiching and Itasca counties, we have a winter weather advisory in effect through probably Wednesday afternoon. Right now, Wisconsin and Michigan are off the hook for advisories, but even folks there are going to be getting rain and a rain-snow mix. It's just more of it will be falling on the Minnesota side of life. Here's a live picture down towards Ascove, and you can see that, no, not everybody has it as cloudy as we do here in the Twin Ports, but those clouds are coming. Indeed, right now, overhead at Duluth International Airport, an overcast sky with a current temp of 33. Easterly wind 24 miles per hour, could be gusting towards even 30 miles per hour over the next pair of days through Wednesday. So it'll be cloudy, precipitation will be coming down, and it will be blowing around with some decent winds. Relative humidity 78% right now, and there we go with that map deciding it's going to jump the gun on us just a little bit. Luckily, these things now have a reverse switch. Back when I first started 30 years ago, you only went one way forward. If you missed it, you were out of luck. But now, we've backed it up to take a look at our twin lows. A Clipper to the north, a Colorado low coming up from the southwest with connecting fronts. All of that creating a 70 to 90% chance of rain tonight and a 100% chance for a mix as we get into Tuesday and through early parts of Wednesday. Eyeing up the local scene with the Doppler, we got a little run of rain earlier today that came through the area from the warm front of the southern low. Didn't add up to too much, and right now it's taking a break for most of us. But again, that was just the systems feeling out the pass of least resistance. So we've got a better chance for the rain to redevelop in the next couple of hours, especially after midnight, and then kick around, like we mentioned, for a good chunk of time. So by the time that time ends on Wednesday afternoon, at least the latest charts indicate northern Minnesota could run about 3 to 6 inches of that wintry mix, and the rest of us could go about a trace to even 3 inches. Now, we eye up the forecast map and see that our twin lows will slowly but surely make their way out of our region, and like I mentioned, by Wednesday afternoon, the lows will finally start to go, let loose of our area, let go someplace else. Higher pressure from the west comes in, which will clear us up, but also cool us down. Like I mentioned, last week's warm spell is over. Will be cooler than normal after this. Tonight in Minnesota, temperature-wise, we're looking at lows to go. I'm thinking 29 to 35, 90% chance of rain. 70% chance of rain, that rain will return, or 70% chance that rain will return to Wisconsin and Michigan. Overnight, the low temps will go there, 32 to 37. Then tomorrow, Wisconsin, Michigan, high temps 37 to 44, which is hopefully going to make that 100% mixed chance more rain than snow or ice, because that's also a factor that could make roads slippery next couple of days. 100% chance in Minnesota for that precip as well, highs in the 30s. Then the extended forecast shows it turns into a 60% chance for light snow on top of the mix from Tuesday, so that's where most of our accumulations will likely come from. Then by Thursday, it clears up, but it doesn't warm up. We will stay pretty much cooler than normal for the rest of the week.
Okay, well, this is why we don't get too excited about warm temperatures.
We enjoy them for what they are,
Yes.
and we don't cry too badly when they leave us.
Yes, live in the moment.
Yeah, live in
You
the
have to do
moment.
that here. Thanks, Dave.
Tonight, a massive investment into a Wisconsin school district will go in front of the public before next month's election. Hayward Community School District is hoping to borrow nearly $50 million in state bonding money to help upgrade its facilities for all school levels. The money would overhaul a school system that has not received any major upgrades in more than 20 years. Tonight is the last of 3 public information meetings on the topic. The referendum will go up for a public vote on April 5th.
Also tonight, an Itasca County School District facing financial challenges is discussing whether to cut staff. ISD 318 includes Grand Rapids, Cohasset, and Big Fork. A proposal in front of their school board tonight would place staff on what the district calls an unrequested leave of absence. Superintendent Matt Gross says this would be the 3rd year in a row they've had to make cuts, something he says they need to do again to balance the budget. While he didn't give an exact number of staff impacted or how much money this proposal could save, Gross says these reductions would impact staff across the district. Some would be laid off, others wouldn't have their contracts renewed, and some staff could be assigned to other positions. ISD 318 School Board is meeting at the Big Fork School tonight. An open forum starts at 6, with the regular meeting starting at 6:30. While the meeting is in person, there's also a virtual option.
A piece of history is sinking into Duluth's harbor. Take a look at this. Around 9 o'clock this morning, the Coast Guard got a call saying the Lake Superior tug, docked at a slip off Railroad Street, was starting to sink. They are still investigating what caused that, but Coast Guard officials say the ice holding her up, which is now melting away, may have something to do with it. For now, Coast Guard leaders are investigating any possible impacts.
So the only environmental factors we'd be worried about with any sort of pollution case is if there's, diesel fuel on board, lubricating oil on board, anything that might get into the waterway.
The Army Corps of Engineers used to own the tugboat. Now she's privately owned and was recently listed for sale. According to that listing, the tug was built in 1943 and helped storm the beaches of Normandy during World War II a year later. After she retired in 1996, she became a museum ship in the Twin Ports until she was sold to a private owner. It's that time of the show where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Northwoods Humane Society in Hayward.
Yeah, this is Bailey. He's a 1-year-old Boston Terrier mix who's looking for a loving home. Our friends at the shelter say he is a sweet guy who loves people and does well with other dogs, too. They add that he's a young pup who's full of life and energy, too, and he's got a very nice smile.
That expression on his face is pure joy.
Oh, putting on his best pose for the camera. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Bailey, you can call the number on your screen.
Still to come, history was underway today as Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson began her confirmation hearing to the U.S. Supreme Court. Details from today's opening statements next.
The Arrowhead Home and Builder Show returns March 30th through April 3rd.
It's your one-stop destination for building, remodeling, and home and garden products.
Featuring hundreds of home improvement experts and thousands of ideas.
See the latest trends and save big with special show-only pricing.
Experience the many family-friendly entertainment options.
Shop for unique gifts, gadgets, home decor, and more.
5 fun-filled days, March 30th through April 3rd at the Deck in Duluth.
$5 events parking. Details at arrowheadhomeshow.com.
At St. Luke's Regional Heart and Vascular Center, our expert and compassionate team is committed to putting the patient above all else. We're making investments in new technologies and treatments that help ensure better outcomes and faster recoveries. Because we believe that exceptional heart and vascular care means helping you get back to enjoying your life without missing a beat. St. Luke's Regional Heart and Vascular Center, for your future.
Jim Pro Construction has been awarded the title
of authorized replacement contractor by the Marvin Window and Door Company. This entitles us to give better pricing and longer warranties on Marvin's high-quality windows and doors. We are the only authorized replacement contractor in the Northland. This caps off our 49 years of being your professional, dependable, and honest home improvement contractor. Please call us for any of your home improvement needs.
At 7 West Tap House, we have everything from classic American lagers to small batch craft IPAs. Our rotating selection of award-winning beers is sure to have something for you. Pair a beer with one of our mouth-watering burgers and freshly cut fries or chips. Stop in today at 7 West Tap House in downtown Duluth.
It's fun to be here. I'm actually really proud of working here, and I am a part of the SR Wing Bond. When you hear of Cirrus Planes, you get a little puffed up with pride that I helped build that, and you can actually recognize some of them because they're custom. Be a part of that is something really special. You never know what you're going to be able to do until you try and give it a shot.
For you to learn something new every evening, we need to write something new. And that's why winning the 2021 Emmy Award for Outstanding Writing makes us smile. The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell.
An historic first day of confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson wrapped up after more than 4 hours of opening statements. If confirmed, Judge Jackson would become the first black woman on the high court. Today, all 22 members of the Senate Judiciary Committee delivered opening remarks, delving into topics that will likely dominate the next 2 days of questioning, topics such as domestic terrorism, abortion, and sentencing regulations. Judge Jackson currently sits on the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals. She's also been a district judge, public defender, and served on the U.S. Sentencing Commission. Democrats hope to wrap up the confirmation process early next month.
Over the weekend, the union representing Minnesota public defenders reached a deal with the Minnesota Board of Public Defense, preventing a strike that could have brought the state's court system to a halt. Public defenders say low wages and an overload of cases due to the pandemic pushed them to the brink of a strike. However, shortly before midnight Saturday, a union representative announced a deal agreeing to cost of living adjustments through 2023. The St. Louis County Attorney hopes this change will keep the justice system moving.
We certainly empathize with the public defenders. We think that the better they're paid and the better they're prepared improves our ability to work towards the administration of justice in our communities.
In Minnesota, 470 public defenders and 200 supporting staff are represented by that union. A vote on the new contract will happen within the next 2 weeks. We'll be right back after the break.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. If you're 45 years or older, talk to your provider about screening options. The best colorectal cancer screening is the one that gets done.
6 years special financing has been extended at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale, and you can finance it for 6 years with no money down and no minimum purchase. Extended savings with 6 years special financing only at Home Furniture.
Hi, John with Prime Appliance. Finally, our back orders are arriving with minimal price increases, and we're passing those savings on to you. So take advantage of our in-stock appliances now because it won't last long. Wash and dry in one unit with this compact LG washer dryer combo starting at just $8.99. Get a quality Beko dishwasher in white in stock now for only $7.29. Financing always available. Set up delivery or take it home today. Prime Appliance is the best place to buy your appliances. Let us prove it to you.
Doesn't really matter who you are, where you live, you have a 20 family.
People reach a crisis moment and they don't see any other way out.
Suicide is the fourth leading cause of death for people ages 25 to 34. People struggle with it every day.
Hi, I'm Representative Tom Tiffany. If you or your loved one struggles with their mental health and or thoughts of suicide, no, you are not alone. Reach out for help and talk to someone.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
When it comes to sports, there's one guy who's dunking on the competition. For all your local sports, Duncan Goldberg. Evenings on Live Local CBS 3.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get 6-year special financing on any Tempur-Pedic mattress with no money down and no minimum purchase. Plus a $300 shopping card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. 6-year special financing on Tempur-Pedic at Home Sleep Express.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Monday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6.
Tonight at 5, we introduce you to Shane Wislick, a Wisconsin man who's gearing up to head to Poland and aid in refugee efforts there. He will be helping deliver supplies to those in Ukraine and transporting refugees back out.
And coming up tonight at 6, with a messy storm making its way into the region, tonight we are hearing from local power companies as they prepare for potential outages. What they want you to know tonight, and of course, Dave will be tracking this system and have more throughout the night on air and online.
That's your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next.
We'll see you back here at 6.